That's okay, as we are loaded into the match.
Yes, so on the red team, we have the fancy Maenad Ryders, and this game isn't showing up.
You want me to go ahead and take care of that real quick?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Ship number 1 is the Fancy Guardian. It is piloted by Dementio. It is a... Oh, we got a mine up top, mine launcher up top. Artemis Gatling on bottom, and a Artemis flare side. Ship number 2 is the Killing Feature, piloted by Finks. It is a squid with a carronade front, Banshee side, and a mine launcher back. Ship number 3 is the Flying Flounder, as action's already underway. It is piloted by Scrowbeard, Captain Scrowbeard. It is a Hades Mobula with double Artemis bottom and a Banshee and a double Banshee on the wings. Ship number 4 is the Poodle Moth. It is piloted by Mirwin. It is a Hwachafish with Gat Caro sides. And the one thing that I saw that was interesting here, you've got mines in play. You've got a squid in play with a Hwachafish on the blue side. A very interesting choice. However, red seeming to be very confident rolling that squid out there with a Hwachafish in play, especially going very heavy on mines. Very interesting decision right there by the fancy Maenad Ryders. So far, it is working as the Killing Feature putting some significant permahull damage on the Flying Flounder. They're down to about 20% permahull as the Poodle Moth looks like they're going to peel and go for the squid as their ally has gone down. First kill in favor of fancy Maenad Ryders, 1-0.
All right, I apologize for the problems with this stream, but OBS isn't picking up the game right now.
Okay, while you're taking care of that, I'll take care of the call. As while you're coming back in here, as the Poodle Moth is getting 2v1'd in the blue spawn here. They are in the south spawn, so that means that their ally could come back up any second. Banshee's coming out, putting out no fire stacks right now, so it looks like the Chem Sprays are doing a good job. The engineers taking care of things on their end, as the Killing Feature getting very aggressive, looking to ram the Poodle Moth. In fact, getting a balloon break on the Poodle Moth. However, that front of the ship gets back on the Killing Feature. They do pick up about 15-20% permahull on the Killing Feature, so a little bit of a misram right there. However, still getting the job done, as the Poodle Moth has been grounded and they get the back of the Poodle Moth, so it might be worth. Meanwhile, the Flying Flounder has respawned. It's a 1v1 on both sides. It's Killing Feature versus Poodle Moth, and Flying Flounder versus the fancy Guardian. Poodle Moth has been completely balloon broken. 9 stacks on the hull. Looks like an engineer missed a Chem Spray as they're completely balloon and hull broken. Banshee's coming out. Looks like they may pick up a kill here any moment. Poodle Moth gets that balloon back up. However, it looks like they get the balloon break again. Fancy Guardian and Flying Flounder. Looks like the Guardian has been hull broken. Meanwhile, the Killing Feature picks up the kill on the Hwachafish. 2-0 in favor of red. Meanwhile, the Fancy Guardian is losing the 1v1 to the Flying Flounder. Blue is winning that 1v1 over there. However, they have moved in range of the Hades, so their effectiveness has dropped significantly. The Squid moving in, the Killing Feature moving in on the Flying Flounder. And they've got the back of the Flying Flounder. No, they've got the side of him and the back of him. That Banshee should be coming out any second on the Flying Flounder at effectively point-blank range. There goes the balloon of the Flying Flounder, and here come all sorts of stacks. 12 stacks on that hull. As the hull break is imminent, there is the break. Shoot coming out, but resistance may be futile here, as there is the kill. 3-0 in favor of red. Clean and efficient for fancy Maenad Ryders.
Yes, and luckily I did finally catch an engagement in that, so you can actually see what's going on.
Yes, we can, as Blue is starting to respawn on the other side of the map. Poodle Moth is respawned, just waiting for a factory fresh Mobula, and there he is. All ships are back in play. I have to say, though, I'm very, at the start of the match, I was very surprised that the Killing Feature came out a squid against a Hwachafish. However, that squid is basically winning the 1v1 against the Hwachafish. They took a little bit of permahull damage, but that permahull damage came from a bit of a misram in which they allowed the Hwacha to get back into play. They picked up about 15-20% permahull. However, they won the war. They lost the battle in that case, but won the war as they eventually got the back of the Hwachafish, where they are nowhere effective. They're not effective at all with the back turned to a squid, and that's where a squid excels. So if they can keep the back of the Poodle Moth, they'll be fine. Meanwhile, Fancy Guardian is moving into mid-range combat against both blue ships, as Killing Feature is looking to split push up. And this is the range that the Fancy Guardian wants to be at. They want to be at excuse me, not the Fancy Guardian, I meant the Flying Flounder. Flying Flounder wants to be at this range. They want to be at mid-range because of that Hades. They do not want the Killing Feature to come in point blank on them, because they will have very little hull break potential other than fires from the Banshees. Meanwhile, Killing Feature just inching up, almost like Jaws right here, as the Flying Flounder doing a number on the Fancy Guardian. Killing Feature is almost in position to make a run in on the side of the Flying Flounder. Poodle Moth, however, keeping a very close eye on him. Great job by the Poodle Moth, basically denying Killing Feature the attack angle, as they're content to allow the 1v1 to go on. Fancy Guardian versus Flying Flounder.
And actually, it seems to right now be going better for the Flounder, so the Poodle Moth is, well, just enjoying.
There's a hull break on the Guardian. Yeah, this is exactly the range the Flying Flounder wants to be at, though. They're at mid-range, and the Fancy Guardian has decided enough of this mid-range nonsense. We're moving up. Meanwhile, the Killing Feature has been effectively picked up by the Poodle Moth. However, that watch is going a little bit wild. So it looks like the engagement is about to begin in earnest here as the Fancy Guardian gets hull broken again. 8 stacks of fire on the Fancy Guardian. This could spell doom for them.
Watcha once again going wild. Only a couple shots actually hitting. Actually, there's a couple more.
And do note they have a chem spray on the hull side, so that fire is not going out anytime soon right now. That could be a big problem. Keep an eye on those fires. Those 5 stacks of fire on the Fancy Guardian. They're mallowing it right now. They're trying to manage the 5 stacks of fire. If they get enough hull damage on the Fancy Guardian, they're not going to have any choice in the matter. In fact, they decide to chem spray it. Could this backfire on them? They decide to go ahead and chem spray it. Now they mallowed it, so it looks like that chance has paid off. Meanwhile, chem spray missed on the balloon side. That means we got 5 stacks of fire on that balloon for the Fancy Guardian. They're hanging on by a thread. They need to be very careful as the hull break is imminent. 11 stacks on the balloon. They're about to lose that balloon.
The Poodle Moth has also lost their balloon in the other 1v1 engagement going on over here. But they bring it up before falling too far down.
Indeed, and the Fancy Guardian looks like they've bottomed out. They need to be very careful as they're close to bottoming out on the pipe right there. That pipe is just as deadly as the ground, with very little balloon. Meanwhile, they are mostly out of arcs. However, the Flying Flounder has picked up arcs once again on the Fancy Guardian. Chem sprays are back in the picture, so it looks like the Flying Flounder the Fancy Guardian has once again reasserted a fighting position here on the Flying Flounder.
Killing Feature has now forced the Poodle Moth close to the ground. On the other side.
Flying Flounder needs to be very careful here. This is not the range they want to engage at. Yeah, this is a better range right here. They do not want to be point blank against the Fancy Guardian. They need those Hades coming out to get some hull breaks going here. They really need to get somebody on that Hades if they don't have it up already. It's currently down. In fact, let me take a quick look at the Flying Flounder. Oh, they did pick up the kill. They did pick up the kill. 3-1 in favor of red. However, blue's on the board, as they decided to forego the Hades. It looks like it paid off. Killing Feature, meanwhile, is going to back out. Yeah, good call by them.
Blue team is actually pursuing them into the canyon. The fancy spot.
Yeah, they're not going to push up. They're not going to push up all the way. In fact, Poodle Moth might be breaking off right now. No, actually, they're going to keep pushing in. Really? Don't like this call. Yeah, they're going to back out now. Yeah, they know better than to push up. Yeah, they know that timer's pretty much expired. As the Killing Feature is basically looking to scout for their other ship here. Looks like they're going to... Nope, they're just going to sit in the middle, looks like, as both teams have regrouped.
Spot going in onto the Flounder. Guardian shooting the Gat into the Flounder, not doing too much damage.
Killing feature moving up quite quickly. Getting very aggressive. Poodlemoth realizes it too late. They're going to have a body block in play here. No, they do pick up the engines. They do pick up 3 engines and all guns. Whoa, big mistake there by the killing feature.
And there's an armor drop too.
Wow, however, they did use the Poodlemoth to block the Hades from the Flying Flounder, so a good job saving it right there, saving some permahull damage. Meanwhile, the Fancy Guardian basically making a beeline for the Flying Flounder. Could we have a ram kill in play? We do have a ram kill for 1 red. Great follow-up by the Fancy Guardian.
Watch going into Fancy Guardian. Disabling 2 guns and an engine. As the Banshee from the killing feature goes into the Poodlemoth, there goes their balloon.
Indeed it does, and now it could be a matter of time as a Chem Spray was missed. However, they do have an extinguisher on board, so that's okay.
Another Watcher going into Fancy Guardian, not disabling too much. Flounder spawned
Flying
back
Flounder's
in.
back in.
Hades is going out onto the Guardian. Poodlemoth had an armor break in there. Didn't lose too much health.
Looks like they're going to change target. They're going to go for the Mobula. I like this call. Park the Moth and then go for the Flounder. They're going to have the Fancy Guardian. It looks like he's going to basically keep the Poodlemoth. Oh, great mine right there by the Guardian.
As the Moth is now armor broken and balloon broken. As
Flounder both.
Broken, as is the Flounder.
Yes, in fact, here comes a ram. They get the hull back up in time. However, he's dangerously close to environment. This could be a kill right here if the Flying Flounder is not careful. They're inside Hades arming time, so they have very little killing power in play. All they really have... Oh, they're backed up right against the environment. Killing feature smelling blood, and in fact, do pick up the kill with the ram.
The Fancy Maenad Ryders beat the East Chaladon Trading Company by a score of 5-1.